UFO sightings, 4 unexplained alien mysteries that show something not from Earth. From 2008 to 2011, the U.S. government spent £16.4 million, $22 million, in the program that was funded by former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and was led by military intelligence official Luis Elizondo. The Defense Department acknowledged the existence of the program following a recent investigation. They claimed the initiative was shut down in 2012. Mr. Reid recently expressed his pride in the creation of the program that was used to investigate reports of UFOs. He said, "I'm not embarrassed or ashamed or sorry I got this thing going. I think it's one of the good things I did in my congressional service. I've done something that no one has done before." The recent reveal delivered the revelation that video and audio of UFO incidents were obtained by the U.S. One particular instance details footage from a Navy F/A-18 Super Hornet, a twin-engine fighter, showing an unidentified aircraft surrounded by a glowing aura. The object traveled at a high speed and rotated as it moved. The pilots on board are captured as saying there's a whole fleet of them. Commander David Fravor, a retired U.S. Navy pilot, who was present during the sighting, declared the object was something not from Earth, in an interview with the Washington Post. He added, "As I get closer, as my nose is starting to pull back up, it accelerates and it's gone. Faster than I'd ever seen anything in my life. We turn around, say let's go see what's in the water, and there's nothing. Just blue water. I don't think I was a nut job as an officer in the Navy. I wasn't drunk. I don't do drugs. I got a good night's rest. It was a clear day. I think someone should have looked into it." Having talked to some of the other folks, it's a big frustration that it's coming out now and wasn't discussed back in 2004. The former pilot described the unidentified ship as looking like a white Tic Tac, about the same size as a Hornet, 40 feet long with no wings. Another unexplained sighting came to the fore in 2013 after the National UFO Reporting Center, NUFORC, logged a sighting from another former pilot after he noticed an orange fireball in the sky. He told the center, "My family and I were sitting outside. When I looked up into the sky, I saw a fairly large orange glowing orb moving rapidly overhead right about 90 degrees of elevation. About 1 or 2 minutes later, we saw a group of 3 similar objects along the same flight path as the first one. I am a retired military fighter pilot, retired commercial airline pilot and former astronaut. I have no explanation for what we saw. They moved much faster than orbital satellites, International Space Station, for example, or airplanes, but much slower than meteors and did not change brightness as a meteor would upon entering the atmosphere." A second report to the NUFORC came from an airline captain who was mystified during a flight between Los Angeles, California and Portland, Oregon. The captain explained his discovery of glowing blue lights over Mount Shasta in California that was brighter than stars in the area. He stated, "The 2 lights were approximately an inch apart in the windscreen and the size of normal stars. One of the stars just dimmed out over about a 10-second time span, followed by the other one dimming out completely in about 10 seconds also. We were flying in crystal clear skies and were not flying through any clouds whatsoever. These 2 lights were not following the typical west to east orbital path as most satellites do and were just sitting there kind of like ships hiding in plain sight." The fourth unexplained sighting came back in 1981 from a 55-year-old farmer in the French region of Aix-en-Provence who saw claims to have spotted a UFO. The farmer declared a high-pitched sound could be heard before the craft flew above him. Following the sighting, the local called authorities who proceeded to take soil and plant samples that led to France's UFO investigating body confirming the discovery of soil heating and pressure from a heavy object. However, some attempted to quash the unidentified object as a military test from a nearby base.